special welcome to all my Ifeala family all over the world. How are you doing today, all my beautiful people? It is a beautiful day, a beautiful world, a beautiful time, a new world, a new time, a new light, and a new life. It is up to you. Become a decision maker in your own lane. It is very important. It is your birthright. ALLAFIA. What we're going to be talking about in Ifeala Ministry today, as usual, is about mind building, mind strengthening. A community with a strong mind are people that are willing and more than able to build a strong foundation upon the land that the universe have given them. ALLAFIA. Your ancestor or family lineage. How do your mind connect to that reality about your life? Your parents. Yes, so you never pay and be renting what you already paid for in your life. ALLAFIA. Yeah, your parents, they are your isheshe, your parents, the people, the car, the vessel that brought you to this world are your isheshe. Your children are your isheshe. You know, your friends, your ore that are energetically, willingly and unwillingly lifting you up are your isheshe. And that's what energy is. When you are of the same, meaning the same lineage, like energetically, that's what you do. You lift each other up. It's automatic. It's not something you think about. It's just nature. It's natural doing it. Universal giving to each and individual community. That's your isheshe. What am I saying? Your real friends are your isheshe. Because when we talk about Ifeala, we're talking about real everything. I made that point just so that can aid us to have the meaning and outline of what ancestors and family stand for. If energy was not in any shape or form being misplaced intentionally or unintentionally, I tell you, family setting by the universe are the best thing that can happen to anybody on this earth, because remember, you don't choose your families. And that's from the angle of things that we're going to approach building our mind today. Ancestors or your family lineage, how do you connect to it? How do you feel about it? It is high time that we must link our mindset, how we behave, how we do our things, and how that is very much relative to the practices of our ancestors. In their time, remember, we are the representative of our ancestors. So we will not be stepping out of line when we're saying, hold up a minute. It is time that we must tune our mindset by asking ourselves, how did our ancestor handle life? How did our ancestor relate to life? How do they practice their lifestyles? But the importance of that question is, are we connecting to them the way are we connecting to our nature, our land, our surroundings, our environment, our energy, the same way as they did? There are many evidences when we bother to look around that will really, to some extent, make it clear to us that the people of Ifeila, that majority of us are not behaving or connecting to nature, or our lifestyles are not particularly in connection with our ancestors. And when I say ancestors, their grandiose name is Iyebiye. When you say Iyebiye instead of ancestors, it means you are including, every Iyebiyes in their rightful positions. However, when we say forefathers, do you see how somewhat that is not enough? That does not describe our ancestors, and it doesn't describe our Iyebiye in the full picture of things, or even overflowing manner of things, because we don't make it part of our practices. When we say forefathers, to say foremothers. In Ifeila, we dwells today and always in the manner that it is only the sincere energy, the true energy that many of us who are not privy to, that the new day, the new light, the new world brought forth to console us, to beautify everyone who has awakened, who is in the knowing of self, not of somebody else, because that is not what you need to grow as people. It's rather of self. My point, why do we say forefathers and we don't say foremothers? But when we compile it all together and we say Iyebiyes, because remember, without Iyebiyes, there will simply be no life. It doesn't need an genius to know that. Instantly, when you say Iyebiyes, you are already including all our babas, all our mba. You understand? Rather than saying forefathers or ancestors. Remember, when you say ancestors, it's actually another language. It's a different tongue of, that you pronounce something. And that's, one of the evidence. I'm thinking it's a small evidence, but things we see of anything that is not done properly does not make energy to dance in anyone's favor. So, what practices have we genuinely as community of people put in place to celebrate our Iyebiyes? And the aspect of Iyebiyes that I find very important, that for us to connect our mind with, is actually the way in which, they live their life in their time. And up, genuinely, I didn't make any research about this, formally or informally. Do I even make research? When I speak in Ifeila ministry, a lot of the time I talk about the journey that universe takes me. So what do I mean by that? I speak from the earth. I speak from my heart. And when I search it out, I tell you, what I say are real. What is written in your art is real. Whether you yourself, that is the carrier of that real voice of universe, real word of God, know about it or not. But it is really very beautiful for you to know about it. That's the only reason universe put it there. So whether you like it or not, you will know about it but it's very important for you to stay ready. But most of us, we don't know about it because we are not celebrating who we are properly. Some are doing it halfway, like 50%. Some are not even connecting or behaving in the manner, that our ABA have lived their life, meaning the instruction that they have actually laid down in our favor. We give honor to new day, new lights, new life for awakening, for us to be able to say, hold up. How do we feel about the way in which our EABAs has lived their life? Do we even connect with it? Do we actually know the core aspect or the core of their lifestyles? Yeah, their fashion, for example, their grandiose fashion, for example, their market, for example, their economic, their trading, orientation or aspirations. Do we understand it? Our EABA's grandiose way of living. Do we understand it? Respecting their lifestyles the way we're supposed to. I've said that before, EABA's energy, them are the main, that's the real energy. You have to know the importance of having to celebrate your EABAs. And things were, balanced. Businesses were balanced. It just, the list goes on in their economic lifestyle and functionality and how they make sure they financially support each other as well. Their style of banking, community orientated, community sided, And my point here is, we are their children, we are their heir. It's our birthright, our duty, our responsibility today to bring the grandeur of the way in which they have lived their life forward. So this is a new day, it's a new life, it's a new time. Our world must be beautiful because the filer wrote it that way. One thing that I know that is not arguable about our ABA grandeur, life fashion, and their complete connection to the universe is that they are community people. Everything they do, all of their energy, all of their love upon their children, it's community based. Now, I find that when we look at the way in which our ABA live their life, there's no way, it doesn't matter how some people may want to think, there's some decision they had made that could be better. I tell you, you'll find beauty in the lives of our ABAs that are non-ending. Look at the way in which they operate market-wise, like women lead in the marketplace, and their economic is inclusive of men and women taking their positions in economic settings, in banking, in helping each other, in community banking, in financially supporting each other. The way they had fashioned their life, they have structured their life is more of community based. So how can any community go global when you have not your access, your economic, your banking, your finances? If there's anything we don't know, in spite because of a lot of misplacement of energy and history and stuff, yes, it could be sometimes daunting to really get the real core of the true nature of our EAB. And sometimes it could even be put in the back burner of stories. No, the life of our EAB are the only life that formates the world we live in today. So the part of it that I'm saying that we should celebrate today is how they are community-based people. Now it makes sense that we are that ABs that we're talking about today, you and myself. So we're thinking community now. Then you can think global, because you cannot, I don't know, am I making sense to myself? To somebody, am I making sense to somebody? So what am I saying? The orientation of our EABAs are very, very much admirable. When I start to think, when I take a moment out genuinely and think of our EABAs, they are very admirable people. I admire and gain inspiration from our EABAs orientation. But because we're distracted today because of, financial status and a lot of other reasons, we really forget to do proper, give proper celebration that is forever unto our EABAs and what they have left with us, with us as their the heir. Now, what is my point? Ancestor or family. Your lineage, how do your mind feel about it? How do your mind connect to your EABA's lineage or their way of life? How do you connect to their path? How do you feel about, their energy that is still installed in you? Do you use it? Are you even connected to it? In this case, I'm talking about our EABA's economical, financial, market orientation and aspiration. And I'm talking from before the world become, mixed up. Their energy, that's who you are. How are you truly making your Isheshe, your EABA, your immediate, the vessel that brought you to this world, to celebrate you in the space that they are in? Because you are busy celebrating other people, not your EABA. So it is very important. Like this world is a marketplace. You're here, your first thinking as a human being, it should be, how do I beautify my land? And that land you want to start beautifying today, since we're a community of people that having to really locate every aspect of who we are, because a lot of things have been misplaced for one reason or the other. So your mind is that land that you have to build today. Part of a way in which you can strengthen your mind, if either ministry bring it forth to us today, is that you must to celebrate your ancestors, your EABAs, your grandeur, energy, with sincerity. And I'm saying to us, we have not even begun to do that as people. The working lifestyle of our EABAs, when it comes to working hard, they work as if they're never tired. And every working hard that every member, every one of our EABA has done to build this world, to elevate this world, will continue from today onwards to elevate every member of our EABAs through you and myself, because we are that EABAs that lives on. ALLAFIA. What time it is now? Fatogram comedy, Fatogram comedy, it is time. Fatogram comedy, Fatogram comedy. Where do you go yarn for Fatogram comedy today? First of all, make I ask my famous question. When is the last time you fat? If you don't fat, you won't have healthy wealthy, progressive thing. So be confident to fight with decency. decency. Wetin I wan yarn about program comedy today is about vibration. A vibration. Vibration. There's all type of vibration. How many of you know how many of you know how many vibration dey? Fashionable vibration dey. Any type of vibration that is going to cause kasala, that is going to cause palava, that is going to cause wetin dem dey call am para. Yes, I remember. Any form of vibration that is going to cause para for your parallel ifunle level land, e no go happen. Àlàáfíà. Anyways, how many type of vibration dey? The vibration wey me I dey yarn now, big people grown up, this comedy, this one no be for children. I'm a child o. Make you no talk things like that for my ear. Grown up vibration. Hey, what do you think about it? Grown up vibration. How do you vibrate? Especially people who are single and you are of a marriage age. How you dey vibrate? I'm telling you, I don't know. Maybe it's only me. My joke is funny to my joke. Is my joke funny? Yeah, it's funny to me now. How about your vibration? Make you vibrate the right way. From today, you will only vibrate because it is your choice. So yes, it's a comedy joke now. It's funny to me. Why else am I? Do you vibrate last night? How do you vibrate? Make you dey caution yourself with your vibration. Yes, so you go continue to vibrate in favor of the energy of life that you are. Because everything is energy, you are energy as well. So try and vibrate in honor of yourself. Every form of vibration. Yes, so will they start to respect your energy today, because you are a respecter of energy in every forms. Yeah. When we're not able, the light of life, Ifeala, the gift of life that Ifeala has given to each and every one of our Ifeala people all over the world, will continue to, aid us, to vibrate in the right direction. That's what you get for Fatogram comedy today.